Alright, we just went and bought the iPhone 6. They only had the 6 in stock. I got the 128 gigabyte. No 6 Pluses in stock, or else that's what I would have bought. The purpose of today's video, I suppose, is we're going to do a teardown of it to see what we'll be working on here for the next several months. We have seen drop tests online. The 6 and the 6 Plus are still very breakable phones. As you can see, they are thinner than ever. Still have the 2 bottom pentalobe screws. It's very nice. I'm going to start with taking off these 2 pentalobe screws down there. Pretty standard. iPhones have had this for quite some time now. Over there. The purpose of today's video, I'm pretty much just going to pop the screen off. I'm not going to do an entire teardown, since the iPhone 6 is most likely to have just that, a broken screen. Drop tests on the video show that the screen is likely to actually lift when broken. Just so slightly with our spudger tool. Now, being so careful, because mind you, this is the first time I've actually opened up a 6 myself. I should probably have re-recorded this video after doing it once, but where's the fun in that? There we go. You can see we got the first clip partially out. The screen does have some bend to it, so you can put a little bit of pressure on it, but be very, very careful. One small slip can ruin this. And as of today, I know screens cost about $300. And I don't have any. So don't break your iPhone 6. There we are, the screen is off. Pull it out of its little brackets up at the top. As you can see, the fingerprint sensing home button is no longer a flex cable connected that you have to take off before you fully lift the screen. It is a full assembly now on the back of the screen that has its own cable up near the proximity sensor, the front camera, and the earpiece microphone. Right off the bat, we can notice several new things. Obviously, larger battery, the home button, our charging port here, our SIM tray here. Underneath here, I suppose we can pop the screen off. Let's get a Phillips bit. There's another screw in this plate. Actually, yeah, it looks like just one. And before we do any work on it, I'm going to double check, make sure it is off. Yes, it is. Make sure we put these back in a specific order. Apple puts all their screws there for a reason. If you take it out, you should put it back. That's our rule of thumb here at iDoctor. If there's a small strip of adhesive that was there, it should be either left or replaced. Just helps us produce the highest quality work possible. Plate is free. This is different than the iPhone 5C, 5S. I believe we have 4 cable connectors here. Up where there used to be only 3, there only used to be the digitizer, the LCD, and the front cam, along with earpiece mic and the prox sensor. They have added the home button in. That's where Apple put the home button in instead of the cable that was here on the 5S is no longer on these newer models. Apple is likely to implement this same home button technology across all their devices. The fingerprint scanner. Now let's just go ahead and unclip all these and get this screen off of here and take a look. All these here very, very carefully, as we do not have any backup plan in case something goes wrong here. There you can see the iPhone 6. We will have a video on the 6 Plus as soon as we can get our hands on one. You can see the different connectors. Let's see, let's line up the connectors with the cables. I believe this cable here is for the top connector there, which controls the front camera, the earpiece speaker, and the prox sensor. This next cable is what controls your home button. You can see it's similar in size as the old home buttons were, and that goes here on the side. Next is your digitizer flex cable right there that plugs into this second one. And the last one is your LCD cable that comes down here. When we see water damage devices that are turned on and left on or plugged in, this is where the corrosion happens. Right on the LCD plug. That's where it happens. Set that aside. Take a look at this screen. Got the same 3 hardware screws. Well, it used to only be 2, now it is 3. We got 3 on the other side as well. Naturally, larger screen, more screws. Different combination of screws up there with a new plate. It looks like our backlight sensor wires in a bit different now, if that is the backlight. And it looks like 2 separate plates. The home button plate is different than the EMI shield on the back of the actual LCD. The screen is held down by Apple's adhesive to this plastic frame right there. Along the edges, the screws help down here and up there. Highly repairable. That's what Apple devices are. We can keep these things running for years unless you dip it in water and plug it in. Also, Apple's software updates slowly kill phones too. Moore's Law. Looks like this device is free of micro soldering. I'm going to go ahead and take this bottom plate off to see our charger port connector as well as the battery connector to see what we'll be dealing with there. Very similar build. They all clip in. Here's our cellular service antenna. Plugs in right near the battery just like the older iPhone 5S and 5C. This housing down here is new. Let's take a peek under that and see what's going on. I'm not too sure what this is. This may be the new device. I have not seen one of these in an Apple device before. It may be the sensor that works with the new app, iHealth. Sort of pedometer, if you will, and measures. There is also a new device in here, a barometer, I believe, that can measure your elevation gain and loss throughout the day. Very cool feature, very high tech. Cool to see new sensors inside of phones, even though Samsung claims to have had these for years. Apple just does it better. Well, overall, the iPhone 6 looks highly repairable. Looks like we will be able to continue doing nearly the same processes that we have done with the iPhone 5S, 5C, 5, 4S, 4, AT&T, 4, Verizon, 3GS, 3G. The screen comes off first, which is great news. Screen repairs will be fast. Water damage, as always, do not plug it in and bring it in. We will disassemble it down to this level. Even further, we'll take the logic board out and clean it. There's a process that cleans these transistors best. It actually looks like we may be a little more water resistant than in the past. Most of the ICs and small transistor circuits are covered in some sort of black paint. The bigger connectors are things that we will be able to replace. That's very smart. Apple, a device should never be waterproof, per se. You should never take an electronic device in water, especially a smartphone. So there really is no sense, but it looks like they opted for the smarter idea, I guess. Protect what's essential, and what the really good technicians can replace, let's leave that. This iPhone 6 looks very exciting, very promising. We will be able to keep these phones running and get them running again today. Let's assemble it back up. Located in Billings, Montana. Get your iPhone fixed today, guaranteed. Eye Doctor, we offer a 1-year parts replacement warranty. And a lot of people think, well, how do you do that? We can't cover breaks on the device. If you re-break it, naturally we cannot fix it for free. But if the part we install does not work correctly, we warranty that individual part to work for 1 year. That's just as good as Apple warranties this phone. We stand by our products. We're proud to say we buy parts here in the USA and pay a little more to ensure we get a quality part, and we can repair it in a timely fashion almost every day, 6 days a week.